We go to the first chair on the right here as we get ready for our Masters debate. And as you can see, there he is with the signature that is the Masters Tournament. It was a gift to Bob Dvorak, award-winning journalist of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, that I'm hoping he re-gifts to me before the show is over. How are you?
Where's the low-key piano music? Fire up some Fallout Boy. Light them up.
Hey, everybody wants to dance like Uma Thurman. That's, by the way, one of their hits in case you're keeping score at home.
Last time I wore this sweater, it fit. Jack Nicklaus won the tournament. So
1986, he was 46 years of age. And today, we're going to get to what is the big story, I believe, at the Masters. He is Greg Diolis of Vantage Management Group. And, you know, they get that swag, you know, the Nike and the Under Armour. It's Rory McIlroy, Nike, and Jordan Spieth, Under Armour. But I've got my swag. This is like Chico's bail bonds. Remember? Remember?
Shamrock Meats on the back of the box.
That was a great movie, man. Great movie. Oh, the late, great Walter Matthau. I love that movie. Bad News Bears. But Diolis Law. We love him, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's begin. And we're going to begin with the guy that everybody wants to be. 22-year-old, number 2 in the world, Jordan Spieth.
I'm in the lead after 54 holes. If you told me that at the beginning of the week, then I'd be obviously very pleased. So it's mixed feelings right now.
What do you say about a guy who's led the last 7 rounds of the Masters? And again, out of Texas, former NCAA champ, and yes, going for his second green jacket.
Unprecedented. Nobody's ever done this before. This guy, for as young as he is, he's in uncharted territory almost every time he tees it up. So, you know, a lot of eyes are going to be on him, and you know, it's almost like his tournament to lose. You get that feeling. He had the hiccup coming home yesterday on 17 and 18, but boy, just solid game all the way around, and it just seems to have nerves of steel.
By the way, that was coffee that I just drank, and you know, everybody says there's something in the water. Well, how about the coffee?
I think it's important.
Well, no, wait.
Cheers.
How about the coffee? All right, we've been airing some wonderful commercials today, courtesy of the Bernie Sanders campaign, okay? He is the junior senator from Vermont. The only coffee left in the building is from Vermont.
He's a junior senator?
He's a junior senator. Not to be.
Cow, they got some veterans in that place.
Hey, it took him a long time to get where he's at.
Is Bernie longer up there?
No,
You know.
I like Bernie Sanders though. But listen, I got to talk about another Bernie, but as in Bernard Langer. This guy right now, you got Smiley Kaufman out of that great state of Alabama, shot a 69. Every time you just say that, it just makes you laugh.
That's good coffee. And
So
he's got a brother named Lucky.
He sounds like they should be a family on Green Acres.
Their pets are named Jack and Harvey, I believe.
Stop. But anyway, I got to focus here. Bernard Langer, you got Smiley Kaufman. He is 1 shot off the pace, okay? 3 under Spieth, he's 2 under. But you got the great Hideki Matsuyama from Japan, along with Bernard Langer, who's 58 years old, 2 shots off the pace, and he is already a 2-time Masters champion. The director of golf from Oakmont earlier today on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show chimed in.
You know, talking about Bernhard, you know, a lot of guys on the senior tour, the Champions Tour, are, you know, looking really closely at what he's doing because, you know, the whole deal was to eliminate those long putters, and here Bernhard's turned out, and he has it like a quarter of an inch off of his chest, and he's putting as good as he ever did. So that rule just really didn't pan out to do what the USGA had set out to do with it. So it's kind of a shame. But he's certainly an exciting story. And, you know, Jack Nicklaus did it, and Tom Watson almost did it at the British Open. And if anybody could do it, Bernhard can.
Yeah, Tom Watson, a great player, especially at the Open Championship. In '09 was in the running, kind of had a really rough last day. He left the Masters tournament in tears because it's the last time the 66-year-old great player that he is and still is, according to people like Bob Ford, will not participate. But there's a bit of a difference here. I think Bernard Langer is a different animal, if you will. And the only reason I say that, I said this on the air, not to say that Tom Watson's not in good shape, but while he was playing, meaning Bernard Langer or longer, at the Senior PGA Constellation Championship at the beautiful Fox Chapel Golf Club, I couldn't believe, other than a few wrinkles, he looked as though he was in his mid-20s. So I think he's fit enough to play the game. The question is, can he get it out there long enough to be competitive when it gets down to the back nine and possibly in the hunt for the Masters Championship.
Well, length is certainly not his forte, and he says he's used to hitting the ball 30, 40, 50 yards behind the long hitters, but accuracy is his placement, thinking your way around the golf course, and he's got the nerves of steel on the short grass too. He could really make the putter flutter, if you know what I'm saying.
But he says he can keep up with the young guys, and then your comment, Greg.
We all know I'm probably 40, 50 yards behind some of these big hitters. Maybe sometimes only 30, but that's a lot to give up. And but there's still other ways to doing it. If you have if you hit it exactly where you want to hit it, you can still shoot on the par, and that's what I've been trying to do.
I think the difficulty that he's going to have, especially Bob, you talked earlier about the fact that the course is drying out even more. And when he's hitting, in one case yesterday with Jason Day was hitting a 7-iron to the green and Longer was hitting a 3-wood into a green. When that's the case and you've got a hard green that's dried out, now everything's just bouncing crazily. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to overcome that lack of length.
True, but then again, ball placement, making sure you get the right angles into the greens, and if he can run it up there, it just drives people crazy. You're sitting there with a 7-iron, and a guy pulls out the 3-wood and knocks it closer than you do. That it can have a reverse effect.
Well, and he certainly played the course a lot more times than any of these other guys, like maybe 4 dozen times more.
First, the thing you're going to hear most today, Bernard, you're away.
But listen, don't you think, though, it would be better for Jordan Spieth, only for the fact that true golf fans, not a great player, a hacker, not even that, someone who's only been on a course a handful of times, but is enthralled with these great athletes, I think for the good of the game, we need someone to win the Grand Slam in a calendar year. And I think Jordan Spieth or Rory McIlroy or Jason Day give you a better chance at that.
Well, there's so many storylines that could be written. It's in the spontaneity of it. It just whatever happens today really kind of sets up the whole season as far as golf goes. So,
Jason Day even, Rory McIlroy 5 shots off the pace. Before we turn the page and talk hockey, any closing comments about the Masters? To be seen today, the final round, the final pairing, Smiley Kaufman and Jordan Spieth on CBS television with Jim Nantz leading a great broadcast crew.
There's just nothing like watching the Masters, especially on the last day. You get those classic holes, 16, the par 3, where you've got that shot that lands and always feeds down to the hole where that pin placement is on the back left. Should be a really cool day to watch the last part of this day.
back nine doesn't start. The Masters doesn't start to the back nine on Sunday. Amen corner just going to be key today, I think. And does Smiley have dimples, or is that just?
I don't know. Got a great dentist, though. But I do want to tell you this. You know how I know it's Sunday at the Masters? Because I've worked mornings for 30 years, and I usually get up at 1:30, 2 o'clock. So by the time I get home, it's been a long day. So I usually hear Jim Nantz go, "Welcome to Augusta." And then I wake up with a piece of cold pizza on my chest. I'm in the lazy boy, and this is the putt to win the green jacket. So we're
what a tournament! If you missed this one, shame on you for 8 months.
We love you, Jim Nantz. Keep doing what you're doing, and we like cold pizza too.
You know what he's got to do though? He's got to change the awkward handshake. He's shaking hands with everybody and sitting in the chair.
Right.
Nice to have you here with us. Yeah. Come on, Jim. You don't shake hands
with
that
a
many
fist
times.
bump. Right.
Please.
Hey, listen, Jim.
Please.
You just keep doing what you're doing. All right, now let's move on. It's the Penguins. Final game of the regular season. They lose 3-1 to the Philly Flyers. Letang and Crosby are out. They secured second place in Metropolitan Division. Home ice in the playoffs to begin Wednesday or Thursday. Marc-Andre Fleury out with a concussion. Matt Murray, the rookie's been spectacular, but he takes a skate to the face, the head. 2:35 remaining in the first period. He skates off under his own power. Now what do you do?
Well, I got to just look at the bigger picture, though, Rob. For where this team was in December to where they are now, home ice, second place finish in the division. What a remarkable turnaround, and it really put some excitement into the city as going into the playoffs. 4 series left, 16 wins, you get to lift the cup. Now, the big question mark probably is in Nets health-wise, if Fleury can do it, if Murray's okay. Mm-hmm. And I kind of think, they take every precaution in that final game not to get anybody hurt, so I'm not that concerned about it, but just to see the Penguins turn it around, I think really put some sizzle into the sports conversation around this town.
Gentlemen, I'm starting to worry about the new breed of hockey players.
Yeah,
I want the throwback guys that never got hurt. If you didn't get 20 stitches on it, you got back in the game, right? Come on, let's go, fellas.
Rub some ice on it.
Listen, I remember those players when the scars finally settled in. It looked like a map of Wilmerding. All I'm telling you, folks, these guys were hockey players, but I know one thing. This guy is a hockey coach, and I love what he's done. Mike Sullivan on the season that was. Quickly, then we talk Pirates and who the Steelers could be drafting with Elias McMillan, our go-to guy when it comes to talking the NFL.
Well, I think our team's come a long way as far as playing the game the right way. I think we're when we play the game the right way, and I think it starts with our own puck management, the decisions that we make with the puck. We are a hard team to play against.
Hey, he's been the difference maker. Guys like Phil Kessel, who many people gave up in Toronto on, he's come here, played great hockey. I tell you, I just like the way they look. If they could just get everybody somewhat healthy, I really like our chances.
Yeah, they've bought into it. You need 4 lines in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and he can roll out those lines, I think, with confidence and not lose anything, and puts pressure on, on the other team to really kind of try to control the scorers, but then have to worry about secondary scoring.
All right, quick trivia question. Bruce Tanner's father, Bruce on the program, Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, out of Shenango, first time at bat, Major Leagues, he hits a home run. Another guy, first time at bat, former Pirate, hits a home run. Who is it? He was a catcher.
Smokey Burgess.
No, I have his autographed mitt, though, still do to this day. John Wayner, The Rock, who's part of the great broadcast team, and the new kid on the block, Joe Block. Let's go to 93.7 The Fan yesterday.
There's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And Barnhart is down on strikes.
It ramped it up, elevated it a little bit, 96. And for Garrett Cole, finally the first strikeout of the year.
Yeah, he got 4 on the year, but the ace of the Pirates, who was in a game that really counted for the first time since that loss in the wild card game to the Cubs, 100 pitches, doesn't get through the inning number 5, and they lose 5-1. Yes, they are human. They're playing the Reds right now. You can hear it on 93.7 The Fan. The Buccos, what a way to start the season. Greg Diolis.
Real solid start for the Pirates. Real good. Marte with a big grand slam the other night to pull that one out from snatch victory from the jaws of defeat late. So a real nice start, and hopefully they keep things going. Our guy that we talked about early on, Freeze, has really stepped in and contributed nicely, which we expected. All 3 of us talked about him being a very nice acquisition.
And Wayner, by the way, also hit the last home run at Three Rivers. That might have been what what I was looking for, but he's a great player nonetheless and a good broadcaster.
I'm really disappointed they won't go undefeated this year, but get that loss out of the way early, and you can bounce back from that.
Now you can focus.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of focus, that's what we're going to do right now in the NFL draft 2 weeks from today. Ted Arnaud with us every week talking the NFL, but Elias McMillan, please enter stage, what is that, left, right, whatever. Come on in here. Wearing the old school, as in Oliver City League. This guy,
Bears.
I know, man.
Sir.
I love the City League.
Crush, baby.
I love the Bears. It looks like Browns colors, though, too. So let me just ask you, being that we mentioned the Browns, RG3, good fit?
Well, they need somebody. I mean, they're not going to roll with Josh McCown day one, so they need somebody. And RG3's looking to, bounce back. So, he has the right attitude in the press conference. Why not? Why not, Cleveland?
All right, Steelers, 25th first round, correct?
I feel like for years, Steeler fans have been, we need secondary help. So if they go that route, Eli Apple from Ohio State. I really like William Jackson out of Houston. There's a big defensive tackle out of Baylor who the Steelers do like, and Tomlin and the whole scout team are down to Texas to check him out. Andrew Billings. So a lot of possibilities. Probably about 2 weeks, man. They're not really dwelling in that.
Thanks, man. Good job. He'll be back. Good stuff. All right, anything else before we bid everyone a fond farewell?
No, just the piano music at the Masters.
You guys get to go watch the Masters. I got to go judge a supersonic contest at the Patterson Township Fire Hall.
We all have our crosses to bear.
For the great Sheriff Frank Policaro and former federal marshal. You have the right to remain silent, but how can you keep your mouth shut when they're serving supersot, ladies and gentlemen?
Bobby gets to take his sweater off now. He can breathe.
You know what? You look good in that sweater.
I know.
He kind of reminds me of that Sears catalog. For the spring season,
It's a little Palmer-esque in that.
I like that. Well, there's only one, Arnold Palmer. We love you.